In 1941, the Pacific War began after the Japanese air raid on Pearl Harbor. After Pearl Harbor, the Japanese began to advance in the Pacific and occupied Hong Kong, Singapore, New Guinea, and Rabaul. The Allies had been unable to halt the Japanese armies on land, and now they would be tested at sea. Java was the next target for Japan, and the American, British, Dutch, Australian ABDA naval forces were organized under ABDA command in an attempt to defend the Java and the rest of the Dutch East Indies. Overall, this multinational navy was at a numerical disadvantage, and the Japanese also had general air superiority. What ABDA did have they pulled together in a somewhat desperate attempt to defend Java from the Japanese transport convoys heading towards it. ABDA's navy for the Battle of Java Sea included heavy cruisers, light cruisers and destroyers that provided the backbone of the Allied fleet. However, the Japanese had up to 14 destroyers for the battle, which comfortably eclipsed the ABDA total. Given that, winning the Battle of Java Sea was no easy task for ABDA and their commander Admiral Darman. As the ABDA fleet moved to intercept the convoys, they came under heavy torpedo fire from the Imperial Japanese Navy. During this salvo, the heavy cruiser Exeter was hit, and the Japanese fleet sank a destroyer. As the battle continued, ABDA made further attempts to reach the Japanese transport convoys. However, each time the Japanese intercepted, and further torpedo strikes increased ABDA losses. During these torpedo strikes, Admiral Darman's ship was hit and sank. The remainder of the ABDA fleet began to retreat. However, they were pursued by the Japanese, and the Exeter was finished off before it could escape from the battle. Only a few American destroyers managed to withdraw from the Battle of Java Sea intact. As such, the battle was a decisive Japanese victory. While the invasion of Java was delayed, it could not be prevented by ABDA as Java fell to Japan. ABDA naval losses were also heavy, losing 1 heavy cruiser, 2 light cruisers, and up to 5 destroyers. With those losses, the ABDA defense of the Dutch East Indies all but crumbled. The Imperial Japanese Navy won further victories at the Battle of Sunda Strait during the Dutch East Indies campaign, and so the rest of Indonesia fell to Japan. Above all else, the Imperial Japanese Navy had again demonstrated its potency in the Pacific War at the Battle of Java Sea. However, their navy was shattered months later at the Battle of Midway.